What is your tips about who wants to buy Ola or any EV? People think about one more thing, that after 3 years or 5 years they has to change the battery for sure. So what is your take on this?
हे एवरीवन, वेलकम टू आवर चैनल। कुछ दिन पहले हम लोग फिर से ओला ओनर्स के साथ मीटअप के लिए गए थे एंड वहाँ पे आया था कमलेश जी, जो कि है प्लग इन इंडिया का एडिटर।
तो प्लग इन इंडिया, जैसे कि आपको पता है कि एक बहुत ही बड़ा यूट्यूब चैनल है और कमलेश जी इस प्लग इन इंडिया से जुड़े हैं लास्ट 10 इयर्स से। तो बहुत ही एक एक्सपीरियंस्ड इंसान है और एक ओला ओनर भी है कमलेश जी। तो बहुत कुछ हमें कमलेश जी से जानने को मिला और कमलेश जी को हमने एक इंटरव्यू भी किया था। तो इस इंटरव्यू में बहुत कुछ आपको भी जानने को मिलेगा। तो इस वीडियो के साथ बने रहिए एंड तक।
यस, और हमें सपोर्ट करने के लिए प्लीज हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कीजिए एंड उसके साथ साथ ये बेल आइकन भी जरूर दबाइए। तो चलो अभी वीडियो को स्टार्ट करते हैं।
हमारे बडीज आ गए हैं, अभी देख सकते हैं। हमारे साथ कमलेश जी अभी ज्वाइन कर लिए हैं और कमलेश जी हमें लेके जाएंगे जो लोकेशन है वहाँ पे। तो नया लोकेशन है, शायद रिवर भी रहेगा। तो एक्साइटेड है हम जाने के लिए। सामने सभी ओला है, शांतिका दिखाओ। और आज है 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 ओला ओनर्स है ना आज। हाँ,
आज हमने बहुत सारे लोगों को देखा जो भी हमारे इस ओला टीम को देखा, वो लोग बोल रहे थे ओला ओला बोल के ऐसे चिल्ला रहे थे। यहाँ पे है पहाड़, सामने है ओला, इधर है नदी।
This is what he was talking about. ये मैं हेलमेट पहना हुआ हूँ क्योंकि बहुत धूप है यहाँ पे और लोकेशन तो ज़बरदस्त है। क्या शांतिका? हाँ, और सभी अभी अपने ओला की जो एक्सपीरियंस है वो शेयर कर रहे हैं एक दूसरे के साथ। तो बहुत ही अच्छा लग रहा है। तो वो टाइम आ गए हैं। हमारे साथ है कमलेश जी जो कि प्लग इन इंडिया की एडिटर है। तो लेट्स आस्क सम क्वेश्चंस, लेट्स इंटरव्यू हिम। सो कमलेश जी, सो हाउ डू यू नो दिस प्लेस? इट्स अ अमेजिंग प्लेस। सो हाउ डू यू नो दिस प्लेस?
So this place is my cycling route. So I come here. This is the Mulshi River here behind us, and we used to cycle here almost twice or thrice a month. So this is a very common place, very near my home. So I thought let's get the Ola guys here and enjoy this place. You like it?
Yes, definitely. I liked it very much, and everybody liked it. Yeah. Okay, so Kamlesh ji, you are being with this industry from last 1 decade maybe. So how's your journey?
Well, so it all started when I got the electric car Mahindra E2. You must have heard of the car, electric E2. So it's a small car that was released in 2013. So I got it. I liked it so much that I decided to write a blog on it. So that's how Plug in India was born. And then we started forming a community. Many people purchased the E2 and they liked what's happened. They like the car. They like the movement. And so that's how it started, and we now have communities all over India, north, south, west, groups, Telegram groups, WhatsApp groups. We have events, sometimes we meet. So it's a pretty large community right now. Yeah.
Okay. So you are a owner of Ola S1 Pro, right? So how is your experience with this?
Ola S1 Pro, I got it a couple of months back. And around 1,100 kilometers I've done, and so far it's great. I mean, see, ultimately you need to do the basics right. If you do the basics right, your EV will be perfect. Like charge properly, and ensure you balance the battery at least twice a week. Put overnight charge, and then take care of it. Don't stress the battery too much in hot weather. If you take care of do these things, the Ola will do well. So my Ola is doing great. Slight few niggles, like some sound and noise that occurs near the handle. I think many people know about it. Other from that, nothing major. Everything is going great.
Okay, great. And nowadays, what we can see, there are many EVs are catching fire. So, what is your take on this?
I think there's one Ola that caught fire. I think the media is portraying as if multiple Olas have caught fire. That's not the case. You have to clarify your audience, saying that there's only one Ola that caught fire. But there are other brands like Pure EV and Okinawa that have caught fire. I think Pure EV is the worst culprit here. They have got on 8 or 9 fires in 10 months, which is unacceptable. So I know the management of Pure EV, and I've told them, please take control, because at this rate, fires will keep happening. And now they're launching even a motorcycle called e-Trist, which will go 150 kilometers per charge, maybe more, and that has a larger battery. And I'm not confident with their battery at all. So the thing is, the fires are happening not because of the heat, because of poor BMS, battery management systems in the scooters. So that's the issue. If the companies need to take care of, have a quality BMS, nothing of this sort will happen. For example, if you've seen Tata, Nexon EVs, Ather, even the Mahindra E2O, hardly any fires over many years. So if you have a substandard BMS, there are more chances of getting a fire. Or if your cell quality is bad, even that can go to thermal runaway fast. So yeah, so the companies need to ensure that the BMS is very strong. So even with Ola, I am right now not confident because the BMS needs to improve. After 15%, people are not able to drive. It's going to zero. The BMS still needs tuning. I think my take is the Ola BMS will get stabilized in a year's time. It will take some time, but it'll get there.
Okay, great. Yeah. So, is there any reason for catching fire because of the battery chemistry?
Yes, so if you see all the scooters that have caught fire, the one Ola case and the 7 or 8 Pure EV case and the couple of Okinawa cases, they all have a chemistry called NMC. NMC is nickel, cobalt, manganese, which is high energy density, but it has less tolerance to heat. Now, that chemistry is okay for Europe, but for India, it's not ideal. It's okay. I mean, if you have good cooling systems, NMC is totally okay. But the problem is the scooters in India are pretty affordable. You can't install cooling systems. That will make the scooter more expensive. So without cooling systems, it's risky. It can catch fire. So I think the more responsible thing is to go for LFP chemistry, lithium iron phosphate, because that has more heat tolerance. So the scooter companies should take a call on this soon, because you can't have 8 fires in 10 months and it's not business as usual, right?
Yes.
So the scooter companies has to take decisions on the BMS, on the cell chemistry soon, and start offering more safer scooters for India.
Great. So how do you see our India's EV industry in last 10 years? So is it going to grow or what?
The next 10 years?
Next 10 years, yes.
Oh yeah, so if you see globally, countries like, even Europe and even China, they are going to ban ICE cars after 2030. UK has decided to ban ICE cars after 2035. America, they are a very corporate country. They won't add such rules, but it's going to happen. Because see, if you look at electric cars right now, batteries can go up to 1 million kilometers. CATL, Chinese companies like BYD, they have batteries that can go up to 1 million kilometers. And if an electric car costs the same as an ICE car and can last twice as long, why would you buy an ICE car? So the demand will automatically shoot up for electric cars. So by the end of this decade, there will be less sales of ICE cars. Companies which won't make electric cars, like Japanese companies like Toyota, Suzuki, who are like still thinking, should I go for ICE or hydrogen, they will not survive, because Chinese startups, Tesla, Indian startups will eat them up. Yeah. So, but that's about the car space. But in two-wheeler space, it's already happening. Companies like TVS, Bajaj, Hero have already realized that they can't sit around and keep selling ICE scooters. If you see, a startup like Ola has already disrupted the market like crazy. So those guys have to launch EVs, and in next 3-4 years you'll see that EVs will overtake ICE. At least scooters. Yeah. Sales will be pretty good.
Okay, great. And last question. So, what is your tips about who wants to buy Ola or any EV?
Any EV. So just look at your use case. So if your use case for city, if you're buying a two-wheeler, if your use case is like 30-40 kilometers a day. An EV will totally solve your needs. You just have to charge, say, twice or thrice a week. And by next morning, you'll have a full charge and you can roam around the city. For example, in the Ola, I get 140 kilometers on my Ola. I can go from one end of the Pune to other end of Pune and come back twice. And still I have charge remaining. So I don't see why you should not buy an electric scooter. Maybe you might have some brand affinities to TVS or Bajaj, but you can also consider the iQube or Chetak. They're also good scooters. So there's no reason why you should spend 120 rupees on per liter. And this can also go up higher as the geopolitical situation becomes crazier in the world. The rate of fuel petrol is unpredictable. India can't control it. So why do you want to play a game? Buy an EV now and then if the petrol rate goes to 200 rupees, you're going to suffer.
But people think about one more thing, that after 3 years or 5 years they has to change the battery for sure. So what is your take on this?
Well, not 3 years. So if you see my E2O, my electric car, the battery lasted for 8 years and still I've sold it to an owner and he's still using it after 8 years. And cars like Nexon EV, they're giving warranty of 8 years. So you don't have to worry about battery. Scooters, I have a question mark with scooters because there are no cooling systems in scooters. So I feel the battery in scooters will degrade faster. We don't know yet. If you see Ather, many of them have completed 50-60,000 kilometers. People are still getting 100 kilometers, 90 kilometers, whatever. So maybe if you're a basic user who drives for like say 1,000 kilometers a month, you can expect your battery to last for 6-7 years easily and get like say 90% of the original range. But it has to be seen. Still, we don't know. I'm still skeptical about the data. I need more data. So, but overall, even if you have to change the battery after 5 years, the amount of money you're saving by not using petrol, you'll have so much money that you can spend on a new battery and then still have savings. Yeah. So, why do you have to worry about battery? Don't worry about battery.
Okay. Right. Great. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. कमलेश जी जो E20 फोर व्हीलर ओन करते हैं तो वो बहुत ही पहले का एक EV है, EV फोर व्हीलर है। E20 एक कंपनी था, फिर उसको महिंद्रा ने एक्वायर किया है, तो अभी ये महिंद्रा का कंपनी है। तो हाँ, तो बहुत पहले से सर ये एक फोर व्हीलर चला रहे हैं, तो मतलब EV चला रहे हैं, EV फोर व्हीलर। तो EVs के ऊपर सर का बहुत ज़्यादा नॉलेज है, तो वही आज उन्होंने शेयर किया। तो इतना डाउन टू अर्थ, इतना मतलब फ्रेंडली इंसान मैं बहुत ही कम देखा। सो बहुत अच्छा लगा उनको इंटरव्यू करके आज। तो अभी थोड़ा सा ये एरिया घूम रहे हैं, तो उसके बाद शायद ब्रेकफास्ट करेंगे, शायद नहीं ब्रेकफास्ट करेंगे ही, और फिर घर लौटेंगे। रिटर्न ओके।
अभी आप देख सकते हैं कि हमारा जो आज का राइड था उसमें जो सबसे यंग मेंबर है वो हमारे साथ है। आपका नाम?
माय नेम इज सम्यक।
ओके, सो आप कौन से ईयर में पढ़ते हैं अभी?
आई एम इन थर्ड ईयर। आई एम डूइंग कंप्यूटर इंजीनियरिंग इन CS।
तो इनसे जान लेते हैं क्यों इन्होंने ओला खरीदा है।
सो द main reason why the technology has been changing and the people are going to convert into electric, and this is the as the petrol prices are rising, so this was the best time to buy it to save the fuel. And secondly, after a lot of research, I have done with many electric two-wheelers like bike and all, but after the main concern was the range, and the range is 135. If you ride in a normal speed below 40 and 50, it goes till 150. Pickup is superb, suspension is good. There are some negative comments about this, but unless you don't drive it, you don't know it.
So nowadays youngsters are moving towards sports bike and all. So आपने क्यों ये स्कूटर खरीदा?
The power you are getting in a sports bike, you are getting in this as well in a hyper mode. This touch is 117. So I guess it's okay. It's almost 3 to 4 units. So that's nothing compared to spending 1,200 rupees of a full liter.
So अभी इनसे जान लेते हैं कि इन्होंने कब ये ओला इलेक्ट्रिक स्कूटर बुक किया था एंड कब इनको डिलीवरी मिला है।
Okay, so I reserved the scooter on the 15th of August and I got delivered on 18th of the March. So it was expected to be delivered on 20th of Feb, but due to some delay issue, it got delivered on 18th March. But it's okay, adjustable.
तो डिफरेंट एज ग्रुप की लोग थे, तो सभी के साथ बात किया। तो एक बच्चा भी था, बच्चा मतलब हमारे लिए बच्चा, वो एक कॉलेज स्टूडेंट है, तो उसका भी इंटरव्यू लिया। तो वो भी बहुत फ्रैंकली सब कुछ बोला, तो बहुत ही अच्छा लगा कि एक कॉलेज स्टूडेंट भी एक ईवी के ऊपर, जो कि एक इलेक्ट्रिक स्कूटर है, उसके ऊपर फैसिनेटेड है। तो ये देख के अच्छा लगा। तो ओवरऑल बहुत ही अच्छा गया आज का दिन।
तो हम लोग जब लौट रहे थे तब एक एक्सीडेंट हुआ था, हमने देखा था वो भी। एंड एक 2 व्हीलर की फ्रंट व्हील पूरा खुल गया था, एंड 2 4 व्हीलर्स का भी हमने देखा था कि जगह जगह पे डेंट था। लेकिन बाद में हमें पता चला कि हमारा एक टीम मेंबर भी उस एक्सीडेंट में था, एंड उनका ओला भी थोड़ा सा डैमेज हो गया था। तो हमने रुका ही नहीं आपके लिए, तो वी आर वेरी सॉरी फॉर दैट।
यस, हम एक टीम में गए थे, तो हमें चाहिए था कि रुकना वहाँ पे, लेकिन थैंकफुली जो हमारा टीम मेंबर है उनको ज़्यादा कुछ इंजरी नहीं आया।
तो ये वीडियो अभी यही तक। अगर आप लोगों को अच्छा लगा हो तो प्लीज गिव अ लाइक फॉर दिस वीडियो। हमें सपोर्ट करने के लिए हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कीजिए, उसके साथ साथ ये बेल आइकन भी जरूर दबाइए,
और इस वीडियो को ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा शेयर कीजिए ताकि दूसरे लोगों को भी हेल्प हो जाए।
तो भी चलो, बाय बाय।
बाय।